You are, folks? Welcome to beautiful Norway. So down on a mark at the moment on the mouth of Saltstrand. Yeah, looking forward to fishing a venue. It's deep water, fast tide, and yeah, we've been here about an hour. To be honest, it's been pretty hard going, I'm not gonna lie. The whole point of the trip was to do something a bit special for the Christmas special for the European Open, but hopefully this session can go to head and we can get a production in place for Christmas Day. If not, it's something what I'll put on just as a bit of a teaser, really. But first night went really well. Had a couple of fish out. It was hard going still, but we managed to find a few fish, some nice cod and a ling. And yeah, got to bed about 4 o'clock in the morning. We've been up since 5, and then decided to basically get our heads down until about 9, and then we were on the mark by 10. Fished a mark right across the road from where we are now, basically right across the sea. And the winds picked up to 35 mile an hour. The wind direction changed and literally blew our socks off for a bit. Got soaking wet and that. The Titan gear stood up to everything we threw at it yesterday, which was good. Nice to be dry and stuff. But yeah, just started going. We had fish, mackerel, small cod and small coalies and stuff, but nothing to shout about. So we're out again for a bit of a revenge session today. So we looked at the winds and managed to find somewhere where we'd be out of it a little bit, and hopefully we can find a cod or a pollock or anything like that. Maybe a halibut would be nice, but I've got a bait rod at the moment, pop-up squid, targeting a pollock. So hopefully, me personally, I'd like to see a fish over the £10 pollock wise. I'll be an happy man. But yeah, we're not very far from the bridge, and it's a lovely day. Gav's over there at the moment. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's gone back to lure fishing for a little bit. But yeah, I've got a pop-up sardine on there at the moment. Apparently yesterday the guy we're talking to who was fishing here, he's seen a load of coalies out about, he said about 40 meters. But we've got these Nomura kanji rods, and I'll tell you what, ever impressed with them, and I mean very impressed with them. They're just really nice bit of kit. 130 gram Dexters go into the horizon well over 100 yards out, and it's what you want to see in a rod, really, light grade, and yeah, game on. But right, we're going to get into the session, and hopefully we can produce a few fish. But hopefully it's not the same as yesterday, because it was unfilmable yesterday, guys. It really was. I mean, it is. I'll definitely come back, but I'll be more prepared next time. I mean, I would definitely bring a steep box. I'm walking around like a bit of a dipper, really, holding bags and bags of gear, and just up and down like where we went to yesterday. It was just challenging, really. It was just, you're just not needed. I mean, for the sake of bringing 50 quid to bring a seat box over, it's, for me personally, it's a no-brainer. You've got to be comfortable. I can handle the conditions and stuff like that, but you want to be comfortable. It's like this now. Luckily I've got a little rock to sit there, but I'm only fishing one rod at the minute because I'm hoping that rod tip's going to go right over and I can just be straight onto it. I'd be tempted to use lever drag reels as well coming over. It might be something I'll purchase and pick up. But no, very nice. I would definitely want to come back in the winter. To be honest, we only come over here to pick Gav's gear up because he wanted to pick his gear up for us. So we've got it for the UK as well. He don't come over as much as he used to now, and he's got T900s and tip tornadoes. I'm using one of his tip tornadoes now, and he wanted to pick him up, really. So we had him for back home. But no, beautiful country, very beautiful country. I can see why a lot of guys come over here. At the end of the day, it's challenging fishing. It's not all like what it's cracked up to be. I haven't seen anyway, but it's the rewards are there. I mean, I think if we downgraded the size of the baits and stuff, we would see a lot more fish. But we're over for a monster. Wind's picking up now, so I do apologise about the sound. It's a little bit windy. But yeah, we're in for a monster, so it's only time will tell. But we've had half decent cod out. Just need to try and find a monster halibut or coalie or pollock now, which would be nice. But let's get back to fishing. So here we are. So I'm going to bring this rod in now. It's been out there a little while. One thing I am using is a butt pad. Ideal for this type of stuff. To be honest, I might use it when I get back home. I think the time's come, I've come to that age. But it's just a lot more comfortable. But let's have a look here. Very deep water. Leader knots just coming up now. Lead on as well. It's always nice. Okay, so untouched, popped up, untouched. Gonna put, I don't know whether to go for squid or something next, but maybe a bit of bluey. But I'm gonna go over now, bait one up, and then we'll get back to it. Baiting station. Okay, put that there like that. Strip this down. Away we go. So I was using those clip down imps yesterday. I know a lot of people were saying about them not working because they're breaking and stuff, but I do get the imp it's not super strong, and when you put a larger gauge hook in it, it puts pressure on the hook. That's what's breaking. But if you're using like J hooks and that, normally you don't have the problem all the time. I'm not saying you never have the problem, but I don't really have the problem. They're my favourite release clip. I know a lot of people like the splash downs, and they're nice. They work too, but me personally, I do prefer the imp. And I was using them constantly since I've been here with the big ones, and they've been working fine every time. I mean, I had the cod on it, and not a problem at all. To be honest, we bought 10 leads, and I don't think. Have you lost a lead yet? I haven't lost a lead yet. Have you? So we've lost one lead between us. So yeah, it's deep but relatively clean. As I said, we've only gone to a couple of marks, but the sun's coming out now. You know what that means? Lovely. Right, I don't know what to go for. I'm thinking a bit of bluey, you know. A bit of bluey. I might scale the bait size down this time. Let's scale the bait size down. What was done with the beta last week? Bait last week? Yeah. Right, so going for a smaller bait. I'm not going to pop this up. I don't think I need to, if I'm honest. So I'm just going to cut the head off the bluey, chuck it straight in the water, and then what I'm going to do is cut the bluey down the middle. Okay, all the way down the middle. Basically going to cut it in half. Nice, okay. So with that folded around like that now, what I can do is get these lovely hooks, whack it down through the bottom end, basically going to turn this bait inside out, okay, with that hook at the bottom, and then bind him on the hook like so. You all know the cod love a little bit of bluey. Trying to get a first fish of the day under the way.
Scissors there?
Yes, mate. Got a first fish under the way, and then we can carry on and get one out, eh? So that one will go into like that. Then what I can do, bait elastic. A lot of the marks for anybody what like fitness wise and stuff like that, not massive walks. I mean, a lot of the venues I've been to so far are straight out the van fishing, which is ideal. And there is, where we went yesterday, was a little bit of a walk, and I say walk, it's probably, I don't know, 10 minutes, but you don't need to do that. There's plenty of places. To be fair, I like to come over for 2 weeks, because there's places what me and Gav talked about and looked at, and you think, I'll put that in the bottom of a minute. You think to yourself, I wouldn't mind trying that. We want to get a place out, but we got some placing gear with us and placing rigs and stuff. But look at that size of that mackerel. That is mental. I tell you what, I had my ones first. I thought they were big. Gav had ones after when he brought 4 in, and they were all like that, super size. Like, you're talking 2 pound plus fish. They're absolutely massive. Don't get them like that back home. But no, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. It's hard fishing, obviously, like we said, this time of year was going to happen, but we'll be back in the winter, and hopefully at the end of the day you get a few fish out for the day. It's a good couple of days break, isn't it? You know what I mean? Just get that away from the thing. Right, so I'm gonna hook this one down now and hit him out, and hopefully we can see a fish out. Right, let's get one out then, guys, eh? Go in, 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 go in. Crazy. Just drop now. What I've been doing is watching my lines, so where my line's focus point as it's dropping, I've sort of been watching that. I do apologise about the wind. So, let's get one out. Tide slack right off. All set up, all ready to rock and roll. So I've literally got that out to the right there now, and it's just held 8-ounce lead, bluey bait. See if we can get one out. Yeah, Yeah, he's on.
Hey?
Yeah, he's on. Oh. Jesus Christ. He's out there. What is it? Halibut. I am over the moon, right? Come to Norway with Gavin, and it wasn't the time of year perfectly, but your Gav's right enough now. But we have come to conquer, not the massive fish what I was after, but I'll tell you what, that fish put up a monster of a fight. I can't even lift it. It's massive. Not massive on the scale of massive, but that's a good 10 pound, isn't it, Gav? Huh? Oh, Jesus. I used to fix lead because my last lead come off, and that's been sat in the tide now for ages. But let me see if I can the joys of Norway. The joys of Norway. Look at that fish. Absolutely prime. Absolutely prime. I'm over the moon. Gonna get it weighed in that now. Game on. So guys, just about to weigh my fish on the scales. We're keeping this for tea. We're gonna have some halibut for tea. My PB halibut weighs in 1913.
I told you it was 20, didn't I?
Woohoo! Let's get some pictures, baby. Oh yeah.
That's what you're after. Get some combo pictures. I'll get one. Yes, yeah, you on?
Whoa, whoa.
Fish, isn't they?
If you did it long ways, you'll be able to see in, that's it. There's a picture come up on it. What can I say, guys? Just under 20 pound, I'm over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. I mean, I come all the way over to Norway to get one of them, and what can I say? I'm hoping the second GoPro had it on camera, because I didn't realise the other one was still going. So hopefully we've got it on camera. But I'm literally made up. I mean, I'm made up. I don't know. It was a fixed leg, and as I started bringing it along this bit of the coastline here now, so as you can see, the tide is absolutely hammering through. It's the strongest tidal flow in the world, so I'm told. And the fish are probably at out 160, 170 yards out there. And it was going round and round and round. I literally had the ratchet locked on as much as I could, and it was still taking line. In the end, I just let it go, just because obviously the rod tip's going to go over else. And yeah, it sort of like dropped back and then went screaming off, and literally come up down there. But we didn't really have a chance to do much. I'm just hoping the other camera was turned on in the right direction. But yeah, come on through. Gav said halibut, managed to gaff him in, and away we go. But yeah, game on. It's very, very happy, man. It's made the day. It made the trip for me. I just want to see Gav get one out now, and we've both had a good day, haven't we? So here we go. Let's get him out. You alright, guys? So I'm just going to go through the bait I'm using. So I've got Hooker's Baits Bluey, okay, and I'm literally cut one in half and I'm just wrapping it right on. Got 8 OJ hooks here. Tempted to go up for 150 line, but to be honest, I was hoping for a Pollock. That's what I've been hoping for. But yeah, over the moon. Literally broke me cherry. So I go back to England, no longer a halibut virgin, which is always nice. Do you know what? That's what I love about fishing, that feeling when you catch fish like that. People say to me, Andy, why don't you just fish for normal fish and stuff? You get a lot more fish and stuff like that. It's that feeling when you get a monster fish. That's what I fish, you know what I mean? And that there is small for over here, all right, but massive for the UK. I mean, you imagine getting that in the UK, a fish that size constantly. You'd be over the moon, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? That's like a 20-pound turbot fight, like literally ridiculous. But I'm over the moon, made up. It's made my trip, and yeah, I just hope now that Gavin can get one out, and we can hopefully try and get into a few pollock. So we've basically come to this mark to target pollock, and hopefully we can get them. We were told you get halibut in that ear. But really, our main sort of target today, as Gavin, he's got aerial rigs on at the moment, targeting a big pollock. But yeah, mission accomplished. Very, very tough mouths, and I'm over the moon. Got some lovely photos. And yeah, it paid off. It made up for yesterday anyway. So yeah, so that's a massive Blue Ian's sardine bait, which I've got that there to put on later on. So I'll put that there in the packet, and that in the packet, and away we go. The tide is starting to push very hard now, so I'm going to hit as far left as I can. Gav's actually gone into this little bay next to us, but I'm going to try and get some distance a little bit over. I mean, by the time it comes back round, I don't think you need distance here anyway, if I'm honest. I mean, I think by casting out far, you're putting yourself in more position of the tide catching you. I mean, there's sort of a tide line here, isn't there? Just inside of that would be the way to go. I'm actually tempted to chuck it on that tide line, you know.
The thing is, I think what's happening is the tide's out there.
Yeah.
But obviously, as the volume of water's getting in, it's just causing a
back eddy.
And then because it's
which
narrowing,
you'd think
right
you'd get
in.
a few pollock in that, wouldn't you? All right.
If not conies.
Let's go fly a kite. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I feel like Mary Poppins. I don't know what she feels like, but oh. Game on. This is what we do. Welcome to Norway. Okay, gonna hit this one here out now. I'm gonna try and get it as far out to the left as I can, and then hope the lead does its thing. So here we go. Halibut time, baby. Would you want to be anywhere else in the world right now? Me? Definitely not. Okay guys, so just gonna have a quick spin. Using these Nomura Kanjis, 3.3 meters, 70 to 130 gram. Over the moon with them. When I say over the moon, I've used a lot of different spinning rods over the time, and these are absolutely smashing it. You can get some massive distance with them, and here we go. $100 yards with ease. You're not going to do that with a lot of different spinning rods, I know. But what I'm going to do, just let it go down and down and down and down and down and down and down, because it is quite deep out there. So I'm on the bottom there now. What's that?
What?
It's that white thing there, look.
What?
Over there. Is that on top of the water? Just go towards that thing there now.
Oh,
That's what we've got to watch out for. Right guys, welcome home. I'm going to call this home because we seem to come back here every day. And to be honest, what a lovely place to be. So yeah, plan of attack now. We've had I've put a few photos on Facebook, and some of the stuff that I've like read, and it's true, because I always thought this would be easy. I really did. I thought, come to Norway, full of fish, you're going to smash it straight away. And I can promise you, it just doesn't happen like that, guys. I mean, this time of year especially, when you're not got a lot of the winter species, so it's like a transitioning period now. So normally, earlier on in the year, they only get like a couple of hours of darkness a day. And at the moment, it's getting dark about, I don't know, 11, half past 10, 11 o'clock, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. And we haven't found, like the first night when we had all the cod and stuff, we found that it seemed to happen later on towards the top of the tide, and very hit and miss. Now we went yesterday, it was an absolute nightmare, and we just had bait fish and stuff like that, but nothing to shout about really. But we've just gone down to Soderström, now that was what I wanted to be. I wanted to actually fish today, and I think when you come to Bodo, you've got to go and try these things, haven't you? And it's the fastest tidal flow in the world. So yeah, I thought, why not me and Gavin decided to get down there and give it a go. And paid off with a lovely halibut, my first, broke me cherry. Whee! So yeah, hopefully we can see one out of here again between us again tonight. Hopefully Gavin's rod tip goes over first and he smashes a monster, followed by mine. So yeah, hopefully we can get a few fish out. So Bluey seems to be doing the business at the moment, and sardine. We've got blacks out, what we've left at home, and spider crab, what we've left in the freezer, ready for a place trip. But depending on how we get on here today, who knows. But I'm going to get set up now, and then we'll get right into it. Right guys, I'm going to take a pic of this in a minute. So I've got the Comanche Nomura rod, okay, matched up with a Cabo 50, okay, and I've just had the best bit of fun on a fishing rod that I've had in years. All right, £5 Pollock on the nose. Look at that. I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely over the moon with this fish. I'm gonna get a quick photo and we'll get it back to fight another day. Look at that. Woohoo! Bodo, yeah baby. I'll fight back to another day. You're right. Okay. I'm not gonna hit this a million miles. Just gonna literally plop him out there. Just touch the bottom now. Okay. I've used a fixed lead, what could turn out to bite me in the backside. I've done it for a reason though. And the reason I've done it that ain't going anywhere. See if we can get a pollock out then. Look at you lot. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. You're not a care in the world, mate. Not a care in the world. Literally unreal. Family of otters. Okay guys, welcome. Okay guys, so I've got a long pulley rig, 150 pound trace. It's the actual rig I caught my cod on the other night. As you can see, I've got my bottom over ring, 20mm over ring on the bottom. Worked a treat. Been using this now all the time I've been in Norway. Big baits, not affected it at all. I've not had one imp break, and it's released every single time. And I've been using some massive baits. I know I've had people say on there about the imps breaking. I think they do break, but I think what the problem is with the imp, if you get too thick a gauged hook or wire or anything really, what goes in there, puts a lot of just a little tap on my halibut rig again. It puts a lot of stress on the plastic, and it does tend to go. It's not built for those type of things really, but this, me personally, I'd rather use an imp over a splashdown all day long, as it's not going to break. And the joys of the 20mm clip is spot on really. So here we go. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing. So I've got some foam, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is cut the foam down like that, and away you go, right? So basically I've got two sardines here, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the tail off them. I'm going to cut one right through the middle, like so, okay? Right the way down. What I'm going to do then is place that into the bait. Sometimes you've got to play around with it a little bit, okay, just to get it to fit. Once you get it to fit, that's when the magic starts. Right, let's get that in there like that. Right, so that's basically there like so. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my bottom hook, and I'm going to come down through the fish, right, and I'm going to bring it up sideways so that comes down the opposite side of the mouth, like so. Right, so you've got a sardine there like that. What I'm going to do now, let's put that one down. I'm going to do exactly the same with this sardine. So I'm going to basically cut it all the way down, get all the guts out. I'm just going to take the tail off him, okay, all the way down. Lovely. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that on the other side of the sardine like so. So you've got a big massive bait there. Bait elastic, man's best friend. So I'm going to bring that up to the top of the hook, okay, and then I'm just going to bind this together. Big massive sardine bait basically, guys. I mean, if you're using taupe, if you're using skate, anything where you're going to be casting big leads and targeting big fish, preferably skate, stingrays, stuff like that abroad. I'm obviously targeting halibut, and especially where I am, I've got the chance of catching an absolute monster. Now when you get to the top, what I normally do is trim this, okay, just to make it work. Put that back down now. You get real messy hands. It's a real stinky bait. At the same time, all that scent is what you want, isn't it? know what I mean? Right, so what I tend to do is leave the last 2 inches not wrapped yet. I had that cod on this the other night, exactly the same way. Just need to make sure that that bottom is out proud, because you know what that's going to hook onto. Right, so that's all the way around there like that now. What I'm going to do is just give my hands a quick thing on the tea towel. You do tend to get a bit messy. Okay, bottom hook, so I've got 8 Kong hooks on here from Sakuma. So basically what I'm going to do is travel around 4 times, right? Then I'm basically going to come down through the side and pull the bait out like so. Once I've got the bait out the side there like that, bait elastic again. And make sure these hook points are proud, okay? They've got to be proud. Then I can put as much of this as I want around the bait to hold it into place. As you can see, it's a very large bait, and I mean a very large bait, so I don't want to be getting it everywhere either. Right, so that's done. So what I'm going to do now is hold the bottom like so and pull tight. Job done. So then that go onto my rotten bottom, okay, like that. Clip bam up. If I was to put the hook straight into the imp, it would break, because it's too big a hook to go in there. They're not made for that, okay? But if I get that little oval ring there and clip that oval ring straight up through like that, I can cast that and that will go out and unclip. I've left the foot, so my pulley rig body is 6 foot, but my trace line's 5 foot. So with the, especially if you're using 7 or 8 ounce leads, the weight of the bait can't be bigger than the lead, else it wouldn't work anyway. All right, I'm going to get this one out now, and then hopefully we can get some screaming reels. For the record, you can get to see me cast it out. Right, a little bit black bait elastic still stuck on there from when I was fishing for the cod nut the other day. Okay, it's all clipped down. A bit tangly around, but it will sort itself out. What I'm going to do quickly, just to make sure of it, there we go. So I'll clip that down now, back onto that. That bait is absolutely minging with scent. Okay, right, let's get it down. All this ferry comes. Got folks, so all good things come to an end, unfortunately. It's a nightmare to try and film in the dark, as I've found out many times before. So if we do get anything from the catch, I'll put it after these credits. But yeah, what a day. What can I say? I mean, it's been very hard going, and I think Glenn Wilson's comment, he goes to Norway frequently on Facebook, and as he said, it is hard going over here. Obviously people see the photos of the big fish and just think that it's a case of going over and catching them, which I previously did. Nothing like that, literally nothing like that. It reminds me of fishing the back home. The rewards are there, but you've got to put the time in. I mean, we've had, for the first night, we had 3 bites, 3 fish, okay? The next day, yesterday, we had a lot of mackerels when we're trying to get some, feathering some fresh bait in the morning, and we had a coley, I think. Was that it? That was it, all day. So I think I had 2 or 3 mackerel. Gavin's were huge, those mackerel we brought in. They're absolutely mental. But yeah, we never had a fish all day. We stayed there all the time. We come back to here, we did, didn't we? Yeah. Come back to here, put time in here, exactly the same as it is now. We found the first night, we never got nothing until it went dark, and then it was cod. So it's one of them. We've got massive halibut baits on at the moment, and it's just been sat there. But as Gav said before, it's just starting to get dipsy. And I know guys what have been here and had them before, and they've had them now, and then had them still on in the dark. So you don't know at the end of the day. But it's a lovely evening. I ain't even got the Titan gear on at the moment because it's just too warm for it. I mean, that gear has been absolutely superb, guys. Honestly, I would not, if someone says to me, three things to bring to Norway. Boots, 100%. If I would never come over here on those rocks like I was yesterday without studded new boots. I had all the grip I needed. The second thing I'd be is waterproofs. I mean, that Titan gear, I tell you, is some bit of kit. What I like about it, and I've give it credit where it's deserved, and I've give it negative comments where it's not. But what I like about it is we got absolutely soaked yesterday, and when we come back here in the evening, we never had no rain, and the wind was like howling through. And I tell you, by the time we got back into the van, it was dry. I got up this morning, it was just, we didn't even take it indoors to dry out, it was dry. The hoodies are the main one, we've put them out today to dry, because you're just getting soaking wet. But we had a little bit of rain earlier on, nothing too, but that is definitely the second thing, is waterproofs 100%, and decent quality waterproofs. And the third thing is a seat box. I feel like I'm back in the olden days, going to fishing marks with bags and like folding chairs under my arms and stuff like that. Definitely a no-brainer. 50 quid to bring a box over. Another thing I would recommend doing, and we will be next time, is we're going to bring an extra cool box over. So you've got one cool box for your bait and one cool box for your food, because it's very expensive over here, guys. And I mean, we went and got a meal deal basically, which was a roll, packet crisp, chocolate bar and a drink. 30 quid every time you're doing it. It's just, you know what I mean? And it soon mounts up. I mean, you go, like when we first got here, we had something to eat. You got, like this morning, we had something to eat. You come back, you get something to eat. I mean, you're constantly on the move. You need energy, so you need to eat. And that's one thing I would do, because the bacon, it was absolutely terrible. But we could bring bacon over, we could bring bits and pieces like that. And at the end of the day, the noodles, what Gav done, little pot. I don't know if I've got the video on there. If I have, I'll show you. But it's a little like thermos flask, so he basically puts the noodles in and in the boiling water and just leaves them in there. But you can put bits of chicken in there, chorizo, loads of bits and pieces really. Plug it up, put it in your bag. By the time you want it later on, you've got a nice warm meal. And I tell you what, I needed that, because all I've been eating is sandwiches and stuff. But as the night fades, as the daylight fades, and we come into night, I say our farewells. Look forward to a decent day tomorrow in the next production. And yeah, it's a fantastic scenery. For those of you that haven't done it before, do check out the links to Northern Norway shore fishing. Simon Smith, the complex, basically where the digs and that is fantastic. It's got everything you need: massive lounge, shower, kitchen, washing machine, fishing room with freezers and that in. Not much more you can ask for really. The Rent-A-Wreck is probably the place I would recommend going. Gav's used it before. A brilliant guy. I can put the details on that, and obviously everything else is all down to you, ordering the flights and stuff. But highly recommend it for those who haven't done it before. It is something to check out. It's a lovely place to be, and I can't wait to come back in the cold. Anyway, let's get into the session, and if we do catch anything tonight, it'll be after the credits. Stay tuned.